Topspeed 137,1. Vorläuferin 1 im Ziel in 1:10,50. Schlusszeit für Deborahnen 1:10,50. Im Snake und im Sunny, Corner. Jan Scherer am Start bereit. Jan, die Bahn ist frei. Geht startet. Seiten noch, der Rot 1:09. (138,0). Im Ziel in 1:10,00. Am Start Nils Reich. Die Bahn ist frei. Nils gestartet. 83 die Morona. 5:63 die Startzeit. Die Zeit noch für die Mannschaft Scherer 1:10:00. Geschwindigkeit 103,6. Liebbrunner. Zielschuss mit 138,6. Wir haben das Ziel 1:09:11. Start die Morona. Die Bahn ist frei. Es dauert nur noch genau 5 Minuten. 5 minutes to the start of the race. 5 minutes to start the race. Gestartet die Morona, Spurschritt Nummer 5. Startzeit für Rona 4:05:48.
Beautiful St. Moritz in Switzerland. Grüezi, good morning. Welcome to the Engadine Valley, to the world's greatest racetrack, the home of ice sliding. This is the 4th race weekend of the BMW IBSF Bobsleigh and Skeleton World Cup, and one that everybody looks forward to, no matter what they race or what part they play in the game. I'm Martin Haven, delighted to have alongside me Mihai Pașanu from Romania, who will be helping us make sense of this women's competition. And Mihai, you're here next week for the Europa Cup, but any chance to come to St. Moritz and slide the athletes, the coaches, everyone loves this place.
Hi Martin, thank you for the invitation. Here, the St. Moritz, the track which everyone would love to ride and stride as much as you can. Here is coming that first curve, which in last years it was pretty tricky, and here you have to be as quiet as possible. Even as a brakeman or a pilot, don't really move because everything can cost. And of course it's gonna make you slower. Here it's coming first long curve or long wall with 3 pressures, which is quite easy this year. Snake 1 and Snake 2, they are getting you more speed, and here is coming that Sunny, which is accelerating the sled, like you feel that slingshot effect, and it makes you get ready for the horseshoe, where is the biggest pressure on the track, but it's a very nice one and short one, of course, when the pilot is making it right. Telephone, it's accelerating, and here you just feel how the sled is accelerating every curve. You feel the wind, you feel the pressure, and compared with other tracks, you don't feel any vibration here, and that's why the sensation is amazing. And here it's maximum speed. You enter in Martino, and you just feel how everything is just flying, and then here you're sad that you finished, and that's it.
And yet, when we were in Innsbruck before Christmas, 54 seconds is as much time as you get on the track. Here you get 70 seconds, so it's so much longer, but you're right, even as a taxi Bob, when it gets to the end, you go, oh, I want to do some more. And, you know, having been a skeleton athlete, you've had the advantage of being able to see the track so many times. Now as a bobsleigh athlete, obviously you're tucked down, you're hunkered in the sled, you don't get to see anything. But you still get the sensation, don't you? It's the same equipment, but here it feels like a completely different sport.
Exactly, it feels totally different. It feels different from skeleton to bobsleigh, but it feels also different from any other track to St. Moritz. Like you just can't compare it. And honestly, in skeleton, the sensation, it's absolutely amazing here on this track. Like I don't know, I never felt that.
Yeah.
In bobsleigh, it's still a bit rough, but it's still fun.
It's great. All right, so our women's field, we have 19 sleds in the field, and we'll start with a World Cup debutante duo. Kelly van Petegem and Lauren Brzezowski will be the first 2 away. And then we'll get through our World Championship medalists, our Olympic medalists, European Cup champions, and so on as we work all the way down through the field. Race 3 of the BMW IBSF Women's Bobsleigh World Cup at St. Moritz in Switzerland. Martin Haven and Mikhail Pacianu watching the action as Kelly van Petegem of Belgium and Dora de Hasselaar make their World Cup debut. Now they are being coached by Anne van Nieuwenhuis. Both of them were former brakewomen for Anne, now teamed up together.
Yeah, they are very nice, young and talented team, and they seem to have a very prospective future. Like, they are making huge progress every year. And Kelly won some races in Europa Cup in Monobob, and that shows very well her skills.
Yeah, she started in Mono. She's leading Europa Cup in Monobob. She's 3rd in Europa Cup in the women's bobsleigh as well. So she's definitely learning to drive quickly. 5:87 getaway, and that is a start record as it's the first start in the World Cup this season. This is a hand-built track, brand new every year. It's subtly different, so the records are always only for a season. Yeah, little touch in Nash and Dixon, a little late.
Pretty decent exit from horseshoe. On this track, every little mistake costs a lot. Like, if you want to fight for the medals or for top places, if you do one mistake, everything can be gone.
1:14.5 kilometers now through the forest. We'll see them probably get up to about 1:36 at the bottom. Little tap coming down the straight, 1:37.5. Now, one of the things with this track that's completely different to every other is that as the day progresses, it gets quicker. There's Anne van Nieuwenhuis. It gets less frosty, it gets quicker. So the second heat will be faster, and the later you go in the first heat, as you know, the easier the track runs, the easier the sled runs.
True. Yeah, usually she would be super happy with the start number 1 for her World Cup debut,
yes.
but not here at 9 o'clock in the morning, definitely no.
Well, at least she doesn't have to sit for an hour in the dressing room as it empties, waiting for her chance. So,
yeah.
Little late. Nash and Dixon has been difficult for the women's bobs and especially for the monobob. Big height, right up by the woodwork.
Whoa.
Now,
That's what you want
It is
to
perfect.
get if you want to get speed. Yeah, it's true.
it's in the frost, but you get the height, you dive down into telephone.
She's brave. Yeah, she got skills. She is gonna be a very good pilot. Yeah.
So there is our benchmark. 5:87 the start, 1:10.30. Next up, Lauren Brzezowski of the USA and Jasmine Jones, who raced with Nicole Vogt here in the World Championship last year.
She probably slid more in North America tracks. I don't think it's her first experience in Europe, but definitely her first experience in St. Moritz. So for her, probably every week is gonna be a challenge to learn a new track, to adapt on every track in just some training runs. It's gonna be not simple, not simple.
5:70, so she gets a new start record, and you're absolutely right, Lauren. Her first time here, she's done 2 Junior World Championships, so she's raced in Winterberg and in Innsbruck, but she does know North America. She does not know Europe. Little tap coming into Horseshoe, still gets height. Nice quiet exit into Telephone and Shamrock. She's a 10th up.
Yeah, that's the thing with when you are new on a new track, probably you just want to be sure that you drive safe and you drive it too much, and that's what it seems here. Like her lines were looking too bad till Horseshoe. Now it's getting a bit rough, and probably she's going to be a bit behind Kelly if, let's see.
1:34.6 to 1:37.5, so a third of a second back, 1:10.63. Yeah, a few more mistakes creeping in, but again, only 6 runs in training, 2 in the Monobob race yesterday, so this is her 9th run down the track.
That's definitely not enough on this track where you just need to relax as much as you can, and if you don't really know the track, you can't relax because you have so many curves to think about and to drive it, and you're just losing speed every time you steer here.
Yeah. Every little tap, so there you
Exactly.
go. And again, even in the fast corners, it wipes the speed off the sled when you just tag it on the wall.
Whoa,
Wow.
a little too early exit here could be...
Well, we've seen a few rolls in the final corner there, Portago. Jasmine Jones on the left and Lauren Brzezowski on the right. Lauren was so excited to be here. I mean, it's a mythical place. When you grow up, wherever you grow up, everybody knows about St. Moritz. Next up, Bianca Ribby from Canada. 10th World Cup start as a driver with Neve Hockey behind her. This duo have competed together all the way through their World Cup career.
Oh, little drift there when the brake one jumped in the sled, but she managed it great. Perfect exit from King 1. She's keeping the sled straight.
And that was a big issue yesterday in the Monobob and in the women's race, just trying to get around that first kink without a skid or a tap.
If you want to get closer to those teams which are pushing the fastest, you don't need to do any mistake there. Otherwise, your chances to catch them are less and less.
3100s up on Kerry van Petegem of Belgium.
Little tap there, but whoa, the exit looks nice. She managed it well, and she has the best speed, and she's coming now. For sure, she has the best track notes from Justin, from Cripps, her coach. They have a great team, so definitely she has everything what she needs to make a good run here, a good competition.
Nice run out of Sachs down into Martineau and Portago. Best speed of all, 137.6, 85.5 miles an hour, 109.58. Okay, so another new track record. And we will get down to 108, I'm sure, before the end of the morning. Men will be on track this afternoon in the 4-man competition. That starts at 1300 local, midday GMT. We have 2 heats of the women. They went a long way through the finish area, but look at the height here. Just taps
Just
the word.
a bit too much, yeah. Probably if she can manage it wall second run, she can still win some hundreds here and be faster down to the track.
Yeah. Well, she didn't have to steer much there. She got tapped away by the woodwork. You could see her straighten the steering almost immediately.
Little problems with the brake here, I guess. We didn't see it on camera.
They just went straight by the finish. Keisha Love, World Championship bronze medalist here in January last year, behind Kaylee Humphries as a brakewoman. Now she's driving with Azaria Hill behind her. Azaria just 25, her second World Cup start. But these two raced together in La Plagne in Lake Placid in November and took a silver and a gold medal in the NAC.
Yeah, her athleticism is just impressive. She's 5'55". She's so strong, so powerful, so fast. And I heard that she has something like 11:40 on 100 meters. So she has a huge potential. So I'm not wondering why she was winning a lot of medals with Kaylee. And
she was learning to drive after the Olympics, and so, you know, last year competing and in the World Championship, in the World Cup, and learning to drive, and somehow with that part-time experience, she's come into the World Cup and is winning medals right from the start.
Yeah, and that's even more impressive. Like, I don't know how many pilots on their second year they are already winning medals in World Cup. It's just impressive. Like, she definitely have some skills there.
And she's combining the women's bob and the monobob, so thinking about two totally different sleds. I mean, the men do that with 2- and 4-man, but often you do 2-man for a few years before you even start 4-man. Third best speed, but it is a new track record for Keisha Love, 109.33. We're going to start running out of superlatives for this young woman. Still only 26. Now, her teammate Alana Myers-Taylor, 39 years old, so you can, and she's already almost at the kind of level where she's giving Alana some sleepless nights, so she could have a really long, successful career in front of her.
And imagine that she's still learning a new track every year, so I don't want to imagine what's in her head, how many lines and track notes she has in her mind now, but she managed it pretty well, and with that amazing push, it's difficult to don't do something great.
Yep. So Keisha Love, Azaria Hill are our race leaders with a brand new start record and track record. 21st World Cup start for Wai Ming Ming with Wang Zhuan behind her. These two raced together to 10th place in the World Championships in January last year. Previous World Cup appearance was in 2020 here for Wai, and she finished in 12th place, so she is progressing, and she needs to try and find herself a top 10 finish here. Best ever World Cup race in Sigulda last year, finished in 4th spot, so tantalizingly close to the medals.
She seems a bit nervous. Her race from yesterday wasn't what she wished for sure. She didn't have 2 great runs at all, so I'm sure she's ready to do something much better now.
Yeah, only 17th yesterday. That was quite a disappointment. 5:67, so hardly going to be worrying Keisha Love and Azaria Hill at the start, but a nice, quiet run down. And again, so much more control in these sleds than in the monobob, because there's the extra weight of a second athlete over the back.
Yeah, that's what we are told always in the 4-man too. Like 4-man, it's way easier to drive. Well, when you get enough experience, for sure.
It's got a lot of mass. There's a lot to control. Out of Nash and Dixon, nice run. You've got to stay to the right in the bobsleigh. Skeleton like to stay on the left.
Better lines, yeah, that's good. And best speed, Wang Ming is putting a pretty decent run here, and she may catch Keisha Love, I think.
Yeah, good speed, quicker than Keisha Love. Nice, smooth run. This is where Keisha started to lose time with a couple of taps in the forest. So currently 2nd place, still about a quarter of a second back, but you can make up much of that down to the final corners. Doesn't have the speed at the bottom, so 1600 she was catching, but lost speed in the final part of the run.
Yeah, and with that difference from the start, what she got, she came fast. She had a very good run.
1200s back at the start, only 1600s back at the bottom. The bobsleigh rule is that a 10th at the top should be worth 3/10 at the bottom, so she should have been 4/10 back maybe on a track this long. So
she really did everything what she could.
Now holds it up high, watch the tips of the runners. There she starts to steer it down, late in horseshoe, but she gets it nicely onto telephone. Just a little late flop there from Shamrock and hits Devil's Dyke quite hard. That was a nice looking run. You can see how cold it is. Everybody's even Lycra over your fingers helps you stay warm. These things are not built for speed, for comfort. They're built for speed. If it's minus 15 overnight, that's the temperature that the sled feels. Next up, Alana Myers-Taylor, Olympic bronze medalist 2 times, Olympic silver medalist 2 times, with Emily Renner behind her. This is Alana's 90th World Cup start as a driver.
That's the experience answer. The way she closed the push bar, she didn't rush. She knew that it was too late to close it before turning, steering in the curve, and she managed it. Just beautiful.
One of the new US-built sleds. We had a program with Jeff Bodine and the Bodine sleds for many, many years. Then BMW took over. Now they have their own new sled program, which is starting to produce dividends. Little behind, 600s behind. Keisha Love at the start, 1900s back now. Oh, rattles it into telephone.
And that's the speed gone.
Yeah. And the secret is, this is falling, isn't it? Gravity accelerates you, and the more you argue with the scenery, the slower you are.
Exactly, yeah. You just need to enjoy and don't be against the track.
Yeah. Try not to fight the sled. 2100s back. She's not lost much time. This will be third ahead of Bianca Ribby. At
No,
the line. Second. She did.
First today.
Wow,
It's a tie. Yeah. I don't know how she came that fast. Whoa.
All right. She does like this track.
Yeah, and she still didn't have a good run, so Elana for sure will look for going up some spots. Well, if someone will beat her.
She has had 4 consecutive wins on this track. Not one here, though, in the last 3 seasons.
Exactly what you said about Keisha and Elana. How is the difference? And now they are just tight after first run. It's impressive.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And where the speed came down at the bottom, and that's Keisha making those taps between bridge, leap, and sacks, and then, you know, this is her big mistake.
Yeah, she lost a lot here. She lost a lot.
Yeah, I'm tied for the lead, but that's the exit of telephone. Exactly. That little hand gesture. Now then, your teammates. Andrea Grecu, this is her 58th World Cup start, her 41st as a driver. Teodora Vlad behind her. They raced together in the World Championships to 11th place.
I think Teodora is the only one athlete from the field who didn't do any sport before bobsleigh. If I'm not wrong, I don't. Like she just came directly to bobsleigh, and to Andrea, it's absolutely amazing to see how hard she is wishing to get to an Olympic medal or to a World Championship medal. She's training like I never seen someone training more than her.
She started as a brake woman and has become a very successful driver in her own right. 5:74, 6th best start. And her best result on this track, 6th place in 2019, again with Teodora. Only 11th in the World Championship.
Oh, pretty low line there, but she managed it well. Her speed, it's not so bad, not so bad.
Yeah, 3rd fastest out of 7 sleds. She's actually pretty close to the speed of Wai Ming. In fact, she's faster than Wai Ming at that stage, so this is the fastest speed of all. And again, like Alana, this suits her because it allows her to flow and take away some of that start deficit. 2nd best speed at the bottom and 3rd at the line, 500 back. Whoa. And again, you talked about losing speed by hitting things, which Keisha Love did, and she was smooth and clean in the forest, and that's when we heard the POV, you really hear the wind rush, accelerate fast, and she allowed the sled to go.
Yeah, Andrea did a really good run. With that start, she managed it amazing, and she's just 500s behind the first.
500s behind the tie.
It's going to be a very tight battle.
Yes, it is. Didn't have the highest line, but came nice. A little flop off Horseshoe.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
You see Teodora bounce up. There's
exactly.
all these things that you see as an athlete. You see when you get bounced up in the sled, you know, your hips feel that,
And
don't they?
those are all the things which you don't want to feel when you are at the breakman.
Exactly. No, you want to be firmly in contact with the sled. Next up, our Olympic champion, Lara Nolte, with Nella Scooten, raced in the World Championships last year, crashed out. Now, she
definitely want to forget that race.
Well, she has been pondering horseshoe all week. Got through it successfully twice yesterday in the Monobob race, no dramas, ended up with a silver medal. But that was in the mono, and she was the world champion in the mono. So now she's got to think long and hard about this, and she will have been thinking long and hard about horseshoe for at least a week. Excellent start, 5:58, just 300s off the lead, and she could well be in the lead. Here she is, in the lead at Sunny. But now it's all about a clean exit out of Nash, into Dixon, no dramas here, down the middle of the track. It'll be a medium line, there you go. Oh, just a little hit in telephone, she brought it down a little too early.
Not too bad, not too bad. For sure, she would like to have a better line, but it's about getting more brave and more confident. And look at the speed, she's just flying.
She absolutely is flying.
Yeah, German sleds are absolutely flying here, and I suppose she's going to be around 4/10 in front. Let's see, maybe
track record
more.
coming, and a monster track record, 1:08.59. Goodness me.
Yeah. That's going to be hard to beat. That's going to be hard to beat.
And that was being comfortable in horseshoe, being conservative, not really pushing it. She was just trying to be as smooth as she could.
And she still got a hit on the exit. So.
Yep, still hit telephone. There is speed to come. So here we are in horseshoe. It's not a high line. Steers it hard, straightens the steering. Just a little too late, hits onto telephone. But apart from that, that was 9.5 out of 10 for that run. You see the sled dig in as she comes down late out of horseshoe and then hits on the take-on for telephone. But, yeah, okay.
The finish time matters, and
well, and also in her head, she is dealing with horseshoe. It's becoming less of an issue. Now then, Kim Kalicki, she has won here in the last 2 years in the World Cup and then the World Championships. Her brakewoman, Leonie Fiebig, has never been out of the top 10 in a World Cup start and has 17 consecutive World Cup podiums. I don't know anybody who's had a longer streak than that.
5:51.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa.
New start record.
Yeah, impressive. So, and she has the best velocity, the best speed. So she should look for a big lead against Laura.
Well, now you could see when the sled was coming down the straight there, the matte surface on the ice. It's very frosty still, and the little polished marks of the runner's leave. And now, smoothly out to Sunny, into Nash and Dixon. Much less of a drama for the two-seat sleds.
Oh, that's gonna.
Now, he has to haul it around horseshoe.
That's gonna cost a lot, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, look at the speed.
Yeah. Probably that's the worst scenario possible for her. She skidded a lot. She had a very, very low line in the horseshoe, and she just lost everything.
There are two bits of wall that stick out between Nash and Dixon. On the left-hand side, about 10 meters out of the corner, and on the right-hand side, about halfway down to horseshoe. And if you hit either of them, you are all sorts of shape.
And she's still second.
I know, 1:09.24. She is still a 10th ahead of Kosher Love.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to be second. She wants to do what she did last year and the year before and win the race. And, yeah.
Probably she did one of the worst runs of the week. Oh, something happened there, maybe.
Is she okay?
I don't know if she got injured or she's
That's
just
Leonie
upset.
Fiebig, her brakewoman behind her.
Oh, she got injured, probably. I know she... Yeah.
Getting in. Ooh,
oh, yeah.
Calf.
She had some troubles at the end of the last year, too, and now... Yeah.
It's that calf or hamstring. Okay, now,
I don't know.
Here we come out of Nash and Dixon. Now, there is a little bit that sticks out on the right. She clips that, and then she hits the left-hand side as well.
A lot.
And then she's supposed to be turning left, but the sled is going right, and it's all she can do to get it off horseshoe safely.
Wow. Look how hard she was steering and how low she was here.
Yeah. Well, she had no option. The sled was turning right and the track was going left.
Probably if she would have this line last year, she would definitely crash.
Yeah. Now next up, Brianna Walker and Chiara Redingius. Chiara's first race here in St. Moritz. Yesterday was Bree Walker's first medal in St. Moritz, so she got a bronze in the mono. So it's been a great weekend for her so far. 5:59.
That's a pretty decent start.
That's a very good start from these two Aussies.
Yeah, they are making progress every year, and it's just impressive how a nation like Australia can fight with the big nations like Germany or America. And I don't think it was any race where she wasn't there on the top fighting for medals.
Well, one of the things these days is so much of the field, about 75% of the field probably, is in effectively the same sled, the BTC customer sled. So apart from maybe the Americans and Germans, she's got the same kit, so yeah, she can do the same. 2/10 back.
Perfect line she had in Horseshoe, but she still has second speed.
Speed is good, not quite as quick as Lauren Alter, but quicker than Kanicki, quicker than Keisha Love, quicker than Alana Myers-Taylor.
A little drift there that's gonna cost a little bit on the time.
Alana was super quick at the bottom, but a much quicker start, not so fast at the bottom there. Is this going to be third or fourth at the line? It is second!
Second, yeah.
But that again, there's Pierre Lude. Well, come on, Pierre, there's the smile, there you go. He's already thinking, how am I going to get her to tidy this up, tidy that up? Where did the speed go at the bottom? But when you come across the line and
it's second, yeah. And you know, though, there had already been Germans and Americans in front of you, then, yeah.
Ivo de Bruin there in the orange jacket. He's here with the Dutch Europe Cup team. Look at the height, beautiful
perfect
line,
yeah.
Now,
and perfect exit.
just smooth and allow that slingshot effect. Hands of a surgeon.
Here it was a little mistake and this little drift costs, but she still managed a very good run.
Yeah, she should be happy with that. Okay, 10 sleds down, out of our field. Lauren Alter leads. And in second place is Bree Walker of Australia. Now then, for Switzerland, Melanie Hassler. Oh, beg your pardon.
Lisa Buchwitz.
Lisa Buchwitz, yeah, no.
With her new brakewoman.
Yeah, Lauren Siebert
debut.
making her World Cup debut, just 24 years old. She did race in the World Championships here last year. She's been a brakewoman for Maureen Zimmer up until now. So she's done European Championships, Junior Worlds, and the World Championships. But first time with Lisa Buchwitz. Lisa, our World Championship silver medalist.
She's another future star for brakewoman's team in Germany. She's competing very often in Europa Cup, and there she's winning and having amazing start. So probably that's the answer why she's here.
And Lisa won gold yesterday in the Monobob. She won 3 gold medals in Innsbruck the week before Christmas, 2 mono and a women's bob race. And she's 1300s in the lead.
Best speed so far, and she's just flying. Well, best speed here too. She's gonna have a huge lead against Laura if nothing will happen on the track. A little tap here, but the runners remain straight, and that's the most important.
Still
139 speed. Whoa, almost 140 like the boys team.
Yeah,
amazing.
108.53, another new track record. Wow.
Very good run. Very good run. She did impressive.
First race for these two together. First ever World Cup race for Lauren Siebert, the brakewoman, after the World Championship debut last year. That is a great start. Well, Lisa Buchwitz, medalist on this track a number of times. She's won here, pushing Kim Kalicki. And Lauren didn't get in cleanly, did she? That's a lot of height from the brakewoman.
Yeah.
Hovering above the sled.
Every brakeman has his own way to get in the sled, but this didn't seem like what she was doing usually.
Well, the World Championship silver medalist leads. Looking, she's on such a medal run at the moment. Now then, this is Switzerland's Melanie Hassler. I'm afraid the presence of the woolly man in the shot rather misled me before. So Melanie Hassler with Mara Morell behind her. Mara, the number one brakewoman.
Big noise in the start area.
Yep.
Probably Melanie has a lot of expectations for the race.
Probably need a bit of this. Well, Mel, results here. She placed 4th place in the World Championships, just off the podium. 5:59 getaway.
Impressive start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you want to fight for the medals, you need to fight with the German stars.
In only her 7th World Cup race, she took a bronze medal on this track in January 2021. So if she could do the same again, she would be super excited.
And probably she has the most experience on this track this year, even if it sounds not so great, but she definitely has around maybe 20 runs more than everyone else here.
Well, they've had the Swiss Championships on New Year's Eve, but there have been quite a few other races here that lots of other drivers have taken part in. 2/10 back, second best speed.
Yeah, she's coming. She's coming.
Lisa Buchwitz, Lara Nolte separated by
First speed.
600ths of a second.
Fastest speed at all.
3rd best run so far.
Little drift there and little tap.
Okay, she's going to be about 3/10 back at the line. Melanie Hassler in 3rd, 2700ths. That is a great run. That is a real medal chance for Melanie Hassler.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting and tight battle in the second run. But still, the gaps looks pretty big. Between 2nd and 3rd place and 3rd place and 4th place, they're pretty big.
Yes, they are.
So Melanie, she should remain there. She is in the spot for a medal.
Yeah, she's halfway between 2nd and 4th. And that's a good-looking drive. Couple of tiny little errors there just as she gets into the Sachs curve. She gets tapped away, comes out late, skids down the straight. A big speed all the way down. Now, she's still struggling with a calf injury, so a 5:59 start is excellent. Look at the focus here from Talia Solitude, the brakewoman for Margot Bock. Margot, the Europa Cup champion in women's bobsleigh last year. Talia making only her 2nd World Cup race start. She's done a couple of Europa Cup races. They were the Junior European Championship gold medalists together last year.
Yeah, Margot had an amazing World Champs last year here with 5th place, if I'm not wrong.
Sensational 5th place finish. I mean,
so she will look to improve her result from yesterday for sure.
Of all the tracks, this is the one where the start matters the least, and that's why she learned to drive in La Plagne, and that's a driver's track. But this is one where you have to be so calm.
I would say this one it's a feeling track,
Yeah.
And she definitely have the feeling, and she will remain probably next week here for World Juniors, and I'm sure she is wishing to fight for that title.
Little tap into Snake, into Sunny. 4th place is the predicted finish at the moment.
Nice lines.
When you hear nothing, that's a good exit.
Yeah.
And look at the result. 3rd best speed. Still hovering around just behind Melanie Hassler. Still 3rd best speed. And if she's clean here, and she is cleaner than Hassler,
very nice. 4th speed, 140.
140 kilometers an hour across the line.
4th. That's an amazing run. Yeah. And I think that was first sled over 140 this morning.
Yes. Yeah. So 140 is 87 miles an hour.
Amazing
Absolutely great speed. And Talia Solitude helping her to a 5:66 getaway. So they gave away a lot of speed at the start. They were giving away 1100ths. They should be, just from the start, 33, 3600ths back. She's 4/10ths back from Lisa Buchwitz.
So for sure she did everything she could. And even if you can't see her in the sled, like you can feel how relaxed she is and how relaxed the sled it is. Like it was an amazing run.
Yeah.
Very clean and smooth, and
you have to be so zen on this track, don't you?
Keep it up for second round, Margot.
Yeah, great start to the day for Margot Bock. Yingqing of China now with Tan Yingqi, 4th World Cup start for Tan. These two made their debut in Calgary 2019. Tan then raced here in 2022, and then in La Plagne just before Christmas with Wai Ming Ming. So this is only her 4th ever World Cup start in 4 seasons.
573. And a pretty decent exit from King 1, but her velocity is not the best.
Yeah, they didn't have a great getaway. So 12th fastest start out of 14 sleds, 11th best velocity.
Her lines are looking pretty good till now.
A bit of driving to do. Out of Sunny, heading down to Nash and Dixon. Oh, early on to Nash. Okay.
Little tap there, but the sled remains straight, and horseshoe, good exit.
Nice and quiet.
Track is getting faster and faster.
Yes.
Yeah. Fourth best speed, and she's coming. She's coming. She's gonna aim for top 6 places, maybe.
It could well be. We've got a tie for 7th place. The 2 American sleds, Keisha Love, Alana Myers-Taylor. She's going to be in there somewhere, maybe. 5th best speed. That's as quick as we saw from the Americans. Where's she going to be at the line?
7th. Whoa.
She's in a 3-way tie with Keisha Love and Alana Myers-Taylor. There you are. 3 sleds covered by no hundredths of a second. They're 500s ahead of Andrea Grecu. They're 900s behind 6th place Kim Kilicki. That's going to be a monster second heat battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tight battle there. Everything will matter. Very good run from Ying.
Yeah.
Whoa. And
12th best start, 7th at the bottom. That's good driving.
Yeah.
And it sounded quiet. It felt quiet.
Very quiet, yeah. Very smooth lines. It was a very good run.
Watch the brake woman. Stays in the seat. There you go. That's a good transition there onto telephone. When you're not being bounced up in the air, keep the energy in the sled.
I'm sure that the next starters know that the track is getting faster, and it's a big chance to do a very good run here. Let's see what Cynthia can do.
Cynthia Appia, Leah Walkenden behind her. Leah's 8th race in the World Cup. Cynthia's 19th as a driver.
5:63, a decent start, and she's gonna look for top 6 for sure. 6th best velocity and pretty straight lines, and that's most important after King 1 and King 2.
Interestingly, although Cynthia did 13 World Cup races as a brake woman, she never raced here in the World Cup until she was a driver.
Just plus 3/10 almost, so she is there in the battle with a very good lines till now, but horseshoe is most important. This drift is gonna cost a lot, and
okay, got away with that.
Yeah, and that's
But the
everything
speed is going away.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's a shame, because she was sort of in the same position as Ying Qing, Keisha Love, Alana Myers-Taylor.
Yeah.
The 12th best speed. Still nice, tidy lines down at the bottom. We'll bring some of that back. She could end up in the top 10.
Cynthia didn't have her best season so far. I don't know exactly what she's going through or what are her struggles, but her lines are definitely not the best. But she will come back one day to her shape.
8th in the World Champs. Her best result here has been a 7th place. That was in January 2022, so 2 seasons ago. She finished yesterday 11th in the mono.
Yeah, and she has potential because she has that amazing start.
So here we go, out of Dixon.
Look, was looking everything perfect, and just in 1 second everything was gone. This drift, it's terrible, and this hit.
Hit the new wood very hard. And look at the way it turns I shudder, but it turns the sled. Does she steer? Not much. She's immediately aware of where she needs to be. So that's recovery.
Exactly. That's most important in those situations, to don't get scared, and she managed it well in the end.
Lisa Bugvis, Lauren Alter, Melanie Hassler, the top 3. Cynthia Appia just finished ahead of teammate Bianca Ribbi. Next up, Katy Bile with a brand new brake woman who has never raced before in an official race. 21-year-old Sandra Fuss for Austria.
Her first race is of Worldcup, and that's not happening to everyone. And yeah.
So 5:76 getaway.
15 best start from 16 sleds till now.
So Katy Bile The World Cup champion 2021 in women's bobsleigh, missed all of last season recovering from a mini stroke at the end of the previous year, and has basically had to recreate a bobsleigh team.
Yeah, she went through really hard times, but it's good to see her back. It's good to see her that she's able to train and to do what she loves, and she's competing, and she's already back in World Cup, so
yeah,
that's most important for
Had a
her.
bit of a horrible day yesterday in the Monobob, but this is going very much better for her. Nice quiet run, fourth best speed.
Yeah, she's coming. She's coming. She is gonna look. She's in top 6 right now, and she's gonna have a very good run, Kati.
Is she going to be in a four-way tie for 7th?
Second best speed.
Oh, look at that, Kati Bile.
She's gonna be 5th on the
Come
line.
on.
5th.
Yes.
Whoa, amazing. Whoa. And with 15 best start, she has the 5th finish time. It was an amazing run.
Wow.
Yeah.
She gave away 2,500s to the fastest starter, and she came down 6/10 back. That is a great drive. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
She's very much
after
back.
2 bad runs yesterday. That's the feeling.
And she didn't even have height in horseshoe. She stayed out of the frost and just drove it down beautifully. I tell you what, her brake woman, Sandra, every day is not as smooth as this.
No second run.
Come on,
What,
Kati,
no second
focus.
run or go second run?
I think she wants to do for sure the second run.
Yeah. And she'll be late on the track as well, because she'll be in the top half dozen. So she'll get great ice. Now then, Victoria Cernanska and Lucia Mokrosova from Slovakia finished in 14th place together in the World Championships at the end of last year.
Another very young team, and another team which will look for a medal next week for World Juniors here.
Well, they raced in the NAC in December in Whistler, took a 1st and 2nd place result. So she's definitely not afraid of the quick tracks.
Yeah, it's impressive how our small nation like Slovakia, how they travel everywhere, and I think she already have more races in North America than in Europa Cup, which is wow.
The great thing is that you can go to North America and rent a BTC sled that's pretty much the same as the one you leave in Europe, so you can arrive and hire the sled.
And the fact that she is learning those tracks and she's fighting for medals there, it means that she is a really good driver.
And this track is one of the first that she learned to drive, because she did the Omega races before the Youth Olympic Games in 2020, and she was the silver medalist in the Youth Olympic Games here in 2020. Good speed from her.
Best speed so far.
Track is continuing to speed up.
That speed is absolutely amazing. Almost 106 third best speed. It's just crazy with her. Whoa, she's coming.
Behind Lisa Bukvitz. Oh, rattles all the way down the straight. Oh, that's a shame.
With 16 best start time, she is now
across the line.
15th,
109.66.
With best speed so far. That was a very good run from Victoria.
Yeah.
And she's ahead of Kelly and Lauren from America.
And still just 21, relatively new to driving, still developing her power at the start. And of course, when you're doing the monobob and the women's bobsleigh, lots to think about, 2 completely different sleds to focus on. Lucia digging in behind her.
Yeah. She has amazing skills. She's driving very well, so probably she's gonna look for a very strong break in the future, and you will see.
Yeah, 14th in the World Championships. She lies in 15th place at the moment. I think she'll be looking for a little bit more in the second run, but the speed is in the track, isn't it? Linda Wierzchewski of Poland with Marika Tandeka behind her. Debut season for the duo. They finished 16th together in the World Championships last year on this track. 14th in La Plan, her best result. 16th just before Christmas in Innsbruck. You see, Linda finished just behind Victoria Cernanska in 13th place in yesterday's monobob race.
Yeah, she's growing also every year, and you can just see in her results how she is learning to drive better and better, and also her pushes are making progress. Look, 571, and that's 12th best start.
And good to see that Poland have a stronger and stronger presence in the bobsleigh. They've got women's monobob, women's bobsleigh, 2 teams in the World Cup in men's bob as well.
Yeah, it was a period when they just disappear from every kind of competitions, and it's good to see them back. And they are doing well.
It's a nice, quiet run. No hits, no skids.
A little bit drift there, but Sled, and another one, but Sled is doing many straight, and Horseshoe, very nice exit, and let's see the speed now. 7th best speed. I was expecting a little bit better, but she's coming. She's gonna be
8th best speed.
Yeah, she's still good. She can aim for top 10, and that's gonna be an amazing result for her.
I think those little taps between Leap and Sachs are going to take the speed out.
Those taps didn't help.
Behind Wai Ming Ming, maybe ahead of the 2 Canadians. She is ahead of the 2 Canadians,
13,
ahead of Appia and Ribby.
Not too bad, yeah.
So
I'm not sure what's her best ever result in the World Cup in 2 women.
14th in La Plane.
14th, so she's aiming for that.
She's exceeding it at the moment. 16th here in the World Champs. She was 14th in La Plane and then 16th in Innsbruck just before Christmas, the 2 races we've had so far this year. Double women's race to catch up for them not going to Beijing will be in Sigulda in Latvia. A busy, busy week in Sigulda. There's double 2-man and everything else. And now our final sled in this heat, your teammates, Georgeta Popescu and Antonio Sabu, the Youth Olympic gold medalist Georgeta, finished in 18th place, these 2 in the World Championships. And in fact, Antonia also drove in the Youth Olympic Games. She finished in 13th place in 2020, but by the next season was already in behind Georgeta on the brakes.
Yeah, she was also a pilot, but because we don't have so many athletes, that's why they decided to make just 1 team together, and there they are.
I think in years to come, maybe recruit another couple of brakemen. We'll see, as we saw with Andrea Grecu, we'll see the brakemen coming back into the front seat, I'm sure, because you've got to keep creating athletes.
Exactly.
For the front seat.
Our new wrapped sled looks pretty cool. They made it new. She had some crashes in the end of the year in Sigulda, and her sled wasn't looking so good, and that's why they did a little update.
18th best speed off the 19th start. Nice, quiet drive down the track.
Her lines are looking much better than yesterday in Mono.
Yep. Now she's challenging for 16th place ahead of Victoria Chernanska, the woman that she beat in the Youth Olympic Games here 4 years ago. Youth Olympic Games are in Korea this week and next. 17th at the line. Didn't quite get there.
Just behind Kaylee and Lauren, which unfortunately they were first 2 on the start list, and can be a reason why they are last, but they have a chance another second round.
Exactly. The track will be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And I mean, for Kelly van Petegem and for Lauren Brzezowski, new to the track. Here we go, see the lead, just a little steer. Now, did she try and skate round the inside of the first corner?
I'm not so sure. I'm not so interested about driving anymore, but I don't know exactly what she was trying for sure to get in that King 1 very early and to don't drift on the exit of it. Or she was looking pretty decent, and here it's a little tap which costs a little bit. Here is exactly where you feel the maximum speed of the track, that slingshot effect, which is just sending you away from the track.
Happy campers, Georgeta Popescu and Antonio Sabu. Very happy campers, Lisa Buchwitz and Lauren Siebert, leading after the first of our 2 heats, but only by 0.06 of a second from the Olympic champion Lara Nolter. There's a lot going on here. World Championship silver medalist in the mono, won it yesterday. World Championship silver medalist in the women's bob, leading it today. Buchwitz is on a real form streak at the moment. Melanie Hassler lies halfway between the almost dead heat for the lead and then the almost dead heat behind her with Katy Bile and Brianna Walker.
It's going to be very interesting to see who will be in top 6. There
Yeah, Bile, Walker and Kalicki separated by 300ths, and then we've got a three-way tie behind Ying Qing, Keisha Love and Lana Myers-Taylor, 500ths ahead of Andrea Grecu, who is 1100ths ahead of Wai Ming Ming, then 200s between Wyszewski and Appia, 300s if you count Ribby in. Yeah, there's some tight battles there for our newcomers and our most experienced athletes alike. The second and deciding heat remains. That will be at 10:30 CET, 9:30 GMT, 04:30 Eastern, which is in 39 minutes. Time to put the kettle on. Join us then and we will...